Hello and welcome back to episode 63 of our Oxygen Not Included Let's Play series. Let's get right into it because today I think we are going to work a little bit on space. So it took a lot of work to get here, and really we could have gotten here a little bit sooner, but there were some other pressing issues in our base. Is this job mastery? Frankie mastered exosuit engineer. I think we've already done that. Yeah, have him on groundskeeper now. Okay. Today we are going to tackle a little bit of space. Filter not specified. Oh, because we rebuilt this. Yes. We want oxygen, please. Go ahead and pump our O2 out of here. We had some other stuff back in our base, and I guess some of it still could be improved upon. We're going to need to harvest these dust caps, get our food situation back to good. In fact, while we're at things, maybe this is a good opportunity to set up another farm, just so we can have the CO2 start collecting there. Yeah, okay. a little bit anticlimactic, but we're going to set up another farm for ourselves. Let's go ahead and deconstruct all of this as well. And then say food, farm tile, dirt is great. Set it up right here. Give some time for CO2 to collect in this little basin that we're going to create while we work on other things. Let's also eggshell to lime. Yeah, set that to forever. Okay. But today I want to focus on space. Space! And let's, while we're still paused, plan things out a little bit. So, one of the big reasons to get space started sooner rather than later is that these telescopes take a bit of work. We're going to make them out of steel, I think, because I don't want them taking too much damage. But these telescopes are important because they provide the research, essentially, for the next tier. I don't have the research tab open yet because I need to rebuild my research stuff. But, do we want to do it like this? Let me change my mind here. You want to get them started because the research can take a pretty long time. And once you get them done, you're kind of set, but you'd like to be able to advance through the research that you've got. So let's in fact shift things up a little bit and say that we are going to, yeah, okay. We're going to set up our telescopes here and here. Is that good? Yeah, let's say telescope here, telescope here. And then we are going to continue up this scaffolding of igneous rock, like so. And then we are going to build ourselves, we're going to need bunker doors ultimately, but we're going to build a little bit of bunker tile up here. Yes. We're going to build a little bit of bunker tile. I think, yeah, we'll just do it right on this level. And then we are going to set up our automation space scanner. And we're going to drop a space scanner. We'll also make this out of steel right here. Power-wise, I think we're just going to go with some coal generators for the moment. Also make these out of steel and hook them up right here. What are the power needs on this again? 120 watts, that's not bad at all. Maybe 2 coal generators is a little bit overkill. I think this is fine. And power, go ahead and grab ourselves a smart battery. We'll also make this out of steel. Yeah, I think this is the plan. Grab a jumbo battery as well. which we'll make out of steel. And then we are just going to grab ourselves up some conductive wire. Again, I think we'll stick with steel. There's a very high overheat temperature, and we're going to need to bring up the steel to here anyways. And this is going to... yeah, we'll run it all the way up like so. Alright. Automation wire... also necessary for this. Okay. So we're going to work on digging out all that. We also want to dig out here. Dig out any of this. This regolith will fall, but essentially what we're going to do is we're going to crack in through here. Let's go ahead and continue our laddering. And we are going to set up for ourselves some bunker doors, of course made out of steel. I think we'll set them just right. 1, 2, yeah, this works well. We could set it off by a little bit. Yeah, let's just do this. Alright, we're going to set up these bunker doors. The bunker doors, let me see. We need to hook them up, and 120 watts, that's fine. Should be able to power that, no problem. That's why we have the extra battery here as well. Yeah, we're going to hook those up with conductive wire through here. This is kind of temporary. We will ultimately be switching off some of this stuff, but should work for now, just to get our research up and running. And automation wire across here. Alright, perfect. This is the plan, ladies and gentlemen. We'll dig out, we'll have to dig out some of this as well, but we're going to set up basically this protected space area up here. We have these bunker tiles down here so that as this is being built, hopefully we won't be able to, well, they won't take too much damage over here. Yeah, alright. We're going to get some oxygen pumped into these. Some oxygen pumped in. There's not a whole great concentration of oxygen right here. We need to kind of diffuse more up. Actually, we probably should just set up a sort of little oxygen thing up here. I think this is enough polluted water for now, so I'm going to deconstruct this. We just want to make sure people don't bury themselves too much over here. Dig your way out, Stinky. You can do this. What are you doing? Stinky. Okay, he's in shock. Stinky, just move here. Can you dig out this stuff, Stinky? Okay, good. Now he's pulling himself back out by his bootstraps. And all of the stuff that we dig out, we are going to dump into this area down here. These I've set to priority 5, and these will be a priority 6, so stuff should get moved down to here. But we are going to sweep pretty much everything that ends up out here. It's all hot, and we want it to go down and melt some ice for us. We'll also need to set up a little bit of logic before we get this. In fact, maybe I should not have the automation wire queued up here. I think priority-wise, we're interested in this stuff getting done sooner. How are things going down over here? We are harvesting our mushrooms at this point. Getting close to harvesting them. And this farm is not yet being built at all. Should be fine. How's the overflow going? Yeah, still have some room. I'm cool with that. Don't need to make any more metals at this point. I think we're kind of set for that. We should probably enable this. Get this natural gas pumped out into these reservoirs. We can replace these glass forges with molecular forges as our need for glass gets satisfied. And we'll replace, ultimately, these coal generators with... replace them with solar power. Because I think solar power is cool. That's the main reason. There's a lot of easier things you can do. And so yeah, we're just going to have them work on this stuff a little bit. Let's go ahead and queue up in order to dig out this as well. Mining out the regolith. Set this threshold a little bit lower, increase the priority. I don't really want them wasting too much time on these manual generators. I like running them on the manual generators because it improves their skills. But I'm also kind of just interested in getting everything done. So, let's also set the priority on this area to be higher. That way we get our shielding up sooner. We'll eventually want more steel as well. But I think the next big improvement for a little space area here is just going to be to set up actually a set of algae terrariums to help produce some oxygen for us. I think we're going to set it up actually over here in the long run. New dupes available. What do we got? Nothing. Only people with diver's lungs. That's the rule. And they are going to start building away. Perfect. This will also provide shade for our dupes. And let's also sweep up anything like this. Get it shoved into these bins here. We can open all this at this point, because we're all safe and secure. If there's some sort of breach, we can close it back off. Let's go ahead and let some oxygen diffuse down here. Let's also set this to a higher priority. Yeah, so our food is going to climb back up because we re-enabled our farms. It'll take a little while, but it'll get there. Another big thing we want to do is we want to have more hatch ranches. The hatches are going to provide eggshell, which is useful for increasing our steel production. They're going to provide coal, which we're still using as a power source. We don't necessarily have to, but it's just so convenient that we're going to stick with it. They also provide meat and eggs, which helps with our food situation and helps with our stress situation, because the meat can be used in combination with... You're tame and you're out. How are you tame and out? What has happened here? Of course you're glum. I don't have auto wrangle surplus on. You're just out here, aren't you? Huh. Yeah, in fact, maybe we want to figure out what we want to do with extra ranches, or extra hatch ranches. I could buy that. This area is all pretty oxygenated. It's a little germy. because of the slime and all this stuff that we haven't really... Alright, there's just a ton of slime right here. With lots of germs on it. Oh, do I want to deal with hatch ranches right now? Probably not. Yeah, in fact, maybe we can solve some things just by going through priorities and fixing a little bit of that. So, who are my best farmers? Let's go ahead and have some dedicated farm workers. 3, 2, 3, 4. You are a rancher as well, though. Catalina, we're going to set ranching as a higher priority for you as well. Ari, we're going to improve your farming, I think. You're going to be one of our farmers. We could get Mima onto farming right away. That would not be the worst. She's slow, though, and a lot of the farming tasks are going to be running around gathering sleet wheat. So I'd rather have someone with a little bit higher athletics. Like, it doesn't need to be skyrocket high, but should be better. Harold is our artist. That's great. We're going to stick with Harold basically for the remainder of the run. Yeah, I want to say that anybody who has, you know, this strong digging is going to be a priority. And for everybody else, it probably just is not going to be very much of a priority. We'll leave it at neutral for now. Yeah, Bert no longer needs a priority on that. We can change these. Okay, so what do we have? Yeah, Lindsay is going to be our cook. And we're just going to have her do pretty much all the cooking. She's got a cooking skill of nearly 20 now, which is insane. We're going to lower this priority. Yeah, so she'll be our dedicated cook. How are we on builders? Some of these people just need to be cross-trained up, essentially. In fact, because of that, let's just put these guys back down, unless they're Stinky, who's at an 18. Yeah, we want just a few dedicated farmers, and I think we want to pull them from sort of our lower end here. Is 3 good enough? I'm hemming and hawing over this. Probably isn't that important. We just need a few of them. Ari, I'm going to say May and Max. Set priorities for farming on them. They'll help with our food. And let's go ahead and add ice back to here. Ice and snow. Copy settings. There we go. Okay. Yeah, we have a question about where we want to set up hatch ranches. I'm not exactly sure at the moment. I think let's just focus on space some more. Okay. So, we are going to set up these bunker doors. They're going to remain closed for the moment until the rest of this sets up, but they're going to be a higher priority. And we're going to want to sweep out any and all of this regolith and mafic rock and everything that accumulates up here. Get this whole area, because we can see temperature already. It's very hot for these bunker doors, because it's been in contact with all this stuff. We're going to sweep this out. We can run coolant up here as well if we want to. That is a possibility. We have our coolant loop going over here. What are the temperatures like right here? About 40 degrees. We'll just let it sit in the pipes for a while and get this stuff a little bit colder. And yeah, I think before we tackle hatch ranches, we're going to want to tackle some oxygen production for this area. And it's just a question of where we want to put it. But we can get our research up and running before then, I think. Okay. I'm rambling. Let's see how our slicksters are doing down here. This is fine. We're around the point where we're no longer super interested in running our plastics operation. Maybe it is in fact time to shut these down. Disable building. Disable building. Shut off the power to our plastics. We already are doing pretty well on the plastics. We have, 50 tons at this point. So we're going to be able to kit out pretty much all of our stuff, I think, at this point. And we'll just save the oil. It's nice to run the oil refinery. That way we can get more... using the oil refinery, we can get more natural gas to power everything else. And that gets us more polluted water and a bunch of things, but it's not hugely important. This is at priority 5. And here's where our polluted ice is going to go. I'm going to change this to say just 5,000 kilograms. Copy settings. And put it across like that. Alright. Don't want just huge jumps in the water level here. Kind of like to avoid that. We can have 20 tons of regolith, mafic rock, etc. No problem here. Sure. Alright. Getting our shielding up. And we'll essentially just have a layer of vacuum between these bunker doors. Make sure this stuff doesn't heat up too much. Oh, is this Mima? Oh, Mima. Hilarious. I mean, she might as well be here. We don't want, like, bright and cheerful is great. You don't want sunburns, though, which eventually is what happens when people are just kind of left out too long in the sun. And digging out this regolith. Great. Man, what are they doing? What are you currently doing? Construction delivering. Alright. And sweep up this. What is the mood effect? There's no big change there. Bright and cheerful. Alright. I don't see any changes. Let's hold off on that for a second. Just for a hot second. Alright, I think I'm going to cut the episode here. It's pretty clear what we're sketching out here. A little research station at the top of the map. That way we can get our research going, get to the higher tier stuff. I should set back up my other research stations, though it's not really important because we finished the basic research that was necessary for those steps. So now we're just kind of waiting on the other stuff. We'll need to set up a logic system here. In fact, I just shouldn't actually build. Let me cancel that while I remember. Automation overlay. Cancel. Yeah. Like so. That way they don't hook up a wire that we don't need hooked up at the moment. And yeah. Have our bunker doors all set up. We're going to sweep off this hot stuff, put it into our little cooling area that we've set up here, and we're going to be good to go. Okay, cutting the episode here, and I'll catch you guys next time.